Sunday morning, and what could be any more logical on a Sunday morning than to make a Sunday morning pie for breakfast? These have been around since colonial times, and they're really delicious, but they do take some time to make, and so that's what I'm going to do this morning. In the colonial days, this would have been made over an open hearth fire in a cast iron Dutch oven, and they would use the size according to the size of the family they were going to feed. But since this is only going to be for two of us, and I don't have a hearth to cook it in, but I am going to use a cast iron, 8-inch cast iron here, and put it in the toaster oven. But the first thing we need to do is make the inside crust, bottom crust. Now you can make your own hash browns, grate them yourself, rinse those, starch off of them and dry them and squeeze them dry and all of that. Or you can use frozen, or as in my case, I'm going to use reconstituted freeze-dried. Now these, you just reconstitute them with some hot water, and first thing we're going to do is spray the inside of this with Pam to prevent sticking. And I'll dump the hash browns in. Several people have asked where I get my hash browns. I have been buying them in 6-pound bags from a place called Emergency Essentials in Salt Lake City area. But they've quit selling that big 6-pound bag, so the next ones I buy are going to be from, well, Walmart or someplace like that. Hungry Jack makes them, and in smaller bags and smaller size containers, but they're all the same. And you want to straighten this around here to make form the bottom crust. Now you could use regular pie crust in here. There's no law controlling how to make Sunday morning pies. That's the thing about it. A pie is something in a crust and left up to the imagination of the cook usually. But to constitute a pie, I guess it has to have a bottom crust of some sort on it, and the top one is negotiable. Okay, I've got that bottom crust pretty well made here now. Now the next thing is some bacon. You want to cut up this bacon in little, about 1/2-inch long pieces. If you have thick sliced bacon, it works better. I'm using the thin slice and just using two slices of it here. You could make them down into single slices or whatever. It's so simple. There is no way to go wrong on these that I know of. Now scatter these out over the bottom of the bottom crust and place them around it. Okay, this goes into the toaster oven at about 350, and it's going to take about 25 or 30 minutes to cook the bacon, render it out, and cook the crust. In the meantime, I'll prepare the other items that go into it. Our hash browns are done. Oh, look at that nice brown finish and that cooked bacon. And it smells great. The next thing that goes in there is going to be some diced onions. You can use whole onions, green onions, whatever turns you on, whatever you've got. Just need to put some onions in it. And just scatter it around. Nothing precise about this. And after that is some cooked and crumbled sausage. I just left over from the other day and in the freezer, and it'll come out and work fine in here. Can't have too much sausage. Finally, on top of that is a layer of cheese. Now, by all means, use real cheese. Don't use fake cheese. Look at the table of ingredients. If the word hydrogenated is in there, it's fake cheese. It's made out of cottonseed oil or something like that. And if it doesn't have the word cheese, if it says American slices or American processed or something of that sort, you can depend on it being fake cheese. If you're going to eat cheese, go ahead and buy the real stuff. It's worth it. Now the final thing, I've got 3 eggs here beaten with some milk and some cream cheese in it. I'm going to pour that right over here. Now that's going to go back in the oven for about 40 minutes, I'd imagine, something like that, whatever it takes for a cream style pie at about 350. So back in it goes. Well, it's been in the oven long enough now that it ought to be done. Looks like it from the outside. No wiggle to it. Let's see if the blade comes out clean out of the middle. Yeah, pretty muchly so. No egg or anything stuck to it, so I think that's ready to go to the table. And here it is on the table with a spoonful of strawberry preserves to go on my toast. Check this puppy out. Okay, here it is on the table. Rita's already got hers. What do you think of it?
Well, I like it very much. Except I like it.
Okay, that's good.
I've got mouthful. That's how to be.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take a bite of it and see what I think of it. Get some of it picked up here. Well, I'm going to have to go somewhere else. Well, I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty darn good stuff. I can't remember having it since I was a kid. And my mother used to make it all the time. Give my toast a bite here. You know, this French Milano bread makes the greatest toast. Well, I'm going to enjoy my breakfast now. God bless America. God bless Texas. And where else would you find a picture like this?